Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing out my NBA Jam session on January 8th, 2023, man. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop your like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like. If you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, and best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab. And if you're looking for my $15 NBA Jam session play, my best bet in the NBA every night, man, you can click that link in the description. It'll take you right to my handicapper page, man. That's where you'll see all my packages, my best bets, all sports, all that great stuff, man. Check it out, Pick Dawgz Premium. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJ, man. That's where I typically update you on late injury news and if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, man. We got a nice size card here on a Sunday. I don't really remember having a big card like this these past few Sundays, but we do today. We want to smash it per usual. I'm going to kind of fly today. I got a lot of work to get done this morning, so we're going to kind of fly through the jam session today. Let's try to make some money per usual, though, and without further ado, let's go ahead and hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got the Philadelphia 76ers on the road facing the Pistons. Philly road favorites laying 5.5, total 230.5. For me in this one, I am leaning Philly. Still will be without Embiid in this one, but they're the better team. They should go ahead and stomp down on this Pistons team. The Pistons just played 5 straight road games. Now they return home. Could be kind of a flat spot for the Pistons, man. Aside from me in this one, the lean is going to be to the Philadelphia 76ers. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Portland Trail Blazers out on the road facing the Toronto Raptors. Raptors home favorites laying 3.5, total 225.5. For me in this one, I'm taking the Blazers plus the points, and I'll probably sprinkle some on the money line as well. The Toronto Raptors have now lost 7 of their last 8 home games. Man, they're playing terrible home basketball, which is crazy because the Raptors are usually and always one of the better home teams. Man, historically, they go crazy at home. They have one of the best home court advantages, but that has not been the case for them here recently. And I'm kind of tired of just waiting on the Raptors to wake up at home. I had them in their last game. They fell short again, per usual. The Blazers haven't been that strong on the road either, but like I said, Raptors have lost 7 of their last 8 home games. Them as a favorite at home right now is just not a great place to be. The Blazers, one of the better cover teams in the NBA right now. I'll grab the points with Portland here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Charlotte Hornets out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Pacers home favorites laying 5.5, total 241.5. 241. 241.5 is a crazy total, but for me in this one, I'm gonna lean to the Pacers, laying the 5.5. I can't step in front of them right now, man. They've won 4 of their last 5. They've also played 4 of their last 5 on their home floor. They're at home again in this one, playing a weaker team in the Hornets. I know we just saw the Hornets look good in their last one against the Milwaukee Bucks. They dismantled them out on the road, 138-109. I think that was more of an outlier game than anything. Like I said, the Pacers playing some really good basketball right now. Can't jump in front of them. We've seen the Pacers already beat this team once this season already, 125-113. That game was in Charlotte on the 16th of November. This one's in Indiana, where they've been playing really great basketball. Can't fade them. The side for me in this one is a lean to the Indiana Pacers. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Brooklyn Nets out on the road facing the Miami Heat, man. Brooklyn road favorites laying 3.5, total 223. For me in this one, man, I'm taking Brooklyn. Y'all knew that, though, man. Brooklyn been playing really great basketball. They've won 4 of their last 5. We know the streak they were on before they lost that one out on the road to the Bulls, man. But they did avenge it and came back and won their last one. Now they're out on the road facing the worst home cover team in the NBA, the Miami Heat, man. We're continuing to fade them. I know they've been playing better basketball here recently. This Heat team has. We'll give them some credit. But all that was out on the road, as the Miami Heat just played 5 straight road games. Now they return home, where they are the worst home cover team in the NBA, the Miami Heat. They have only covered in 27.8% of their home games. They are 5-13-1 against the spread on their home floor, man. We're taking the Brooklyn Nets. We're laying the points. Again, Miami, 5-13-1, only covering in 27.8% of their home games. Have been playing better basketball, man, but now they got to face the hottest team in basketball, the Brooklyn Nets, coming into the building. Brooklyn is a side for me here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Utah Jazz out on the road facing the Memphis Grizzlies. Memphis home favorites laying 7, total 233. Side for me in this one is to take the Grizzlies and lay the points. Grizzlies are now back to the number 1 spot as the best home cover team in the NBA, 13-4-1 against the spread on their home floor, covering in 76.5% of their home games, man. And I think they can take care of this Jazz team. The Grizzlies playing really great basketball here recently, man. They've won 5 straight basketball games. And the opposite can be said for the Jazz, man. The Jazz have now lost 4 of their last 5. Only win in that span coming on the road against the Rockets. This is also going to be their 3rd straight road game for this Jazz team. I do not love the spot. Grizzlies also working with revenge as the Jazz have beat them in back-to-back games earlier in the season. The Jazz won the first matchup 124-123 in Utah, and that was on the 29th of October. And the Jazz won the second one on the 31st, 2 days later in Utah as well, 121-105. Now the next 2 are going to be in Memphis. The first one starts tonight. The second one is not till February. But I think the Grizzlies, working with some revenge, repay the favor to the Jazz. Playing much better basketball right now are the Grizzlies, and they're at home where they've been dominant all season. The side for me is to go ahead and lay the points with Memphis here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves out on the road facing the Houston Rockets. Minnesota road favorites laying 2, total 228.5. For me in this one, I am going to lean towards the Timberwolves. I usually don't like laying points with Minnesota, and especially not laying points with them on the road, but we're only laying a bucket here in this one. They are the better team, and they should get this one done. The Houston Rockets have just been so awful here recently, it's hard to even look in their direction. They've been dominated in their last 5 games. Like, none of their games have been competitive here recently. 131-114, they lost to Utah. 119-108, they lost to New Orleans. The one competitive game they did have was with the Mavericks, 111-106, in a game they were winning majority of it. And in typical Rockets fashion, they coughed it up at the end, and they didn't even get the cover. I got to go back and look, but I don't think they did. And the Knicks beat them 108-88, and the Mavericks beat them 129-114. They've been dominated by everybody they've played. Like I said, I usually don't like laying points with Minnesota, and especially not on the road, but they're playing such an inferior competition in this one. They are the better team. Minnesota is the lean here in this matchup tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, on the road facing the Thunder Buddies, a.k.a. the Cover Buddies, man. Thunder laying 3.5, total 227. I've said all season, man, typically when we see the Thunder in the favorite role, we need to go the other way, man. But in this one, we're actually going to lay the points with the Thunder in this one. The Thunder at home this season, 13-8 against the spread on their home floor. Granted, a lot of that was with them in the dog role. I do think this is a good opportunity for themselves to get them a home win and cover here in this one. The Mavs are on a back-to-back, man. They did get themselves a home win last night and cover, the Mavs did. But like I said, they're on a back-to-back, and I just think there's a high chance my guy Luka Doncic sits tonight. And the Mavs without him are not the same team. And the Mavs still the worst cover team in the NBA. 14, 24-2 against the spread this season, only covering in 36.8% of their games. Think we lay it with Oklahoma City here in this one, man. I will update y'all as soon as I find out what's going on in the injury report, but I'll probably play this one early, Oklahoma City, because if Doncic does sit, I think the line might grow a little bit, maybe. We got to see, but for me, deciding this one, I like the Thunder laying the points. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road facing the Phoenix Suns. Cleveland road favorites laying 4.5, total 215. In a small lean, I will lean Suns in this one. But there's so many question marks surrounding this game, man. It's hard to even do much of anything here. Donovan Mitchell day-to-day. Darius Garland day-to-day. Ricky Rubio out. Cam Johnson for the Suns out. Cam Payne for the Suns out. Chris Paul day-to-day. That's like a lot of the key guys for both teams, man. We know Devin Booker's still out for the Suns, so it's just a lot going on here in this one. Like I said, the Suns as a home dog, though, is a place where I have no problem being. Suns typically go crazy at home, man. Getting points with them at home is not a bad place to be. But 9 times out of 10, I probably won't be playing this one, at least not until I find out what's going on this injury report. So hit me on Twitter later. I'll let y'all know if my mind changes on in this game once I find out who's in and who's not. But for right now, the lean is the Suns plus the points at home. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got the Atlanta Hawks out on the road facing the Los Angeles Clippers. Clippers home favorites laying 3.5, total 231.5. in a small lean, man, I am going to take the Clippers just on the money line, man. Both teams are really struggling. It's hard to really get there either way. The Clippers have now lost 5 straight basketball games, and the Hawks have lost 4 or 5. So, it's a pick between two evils in this one. The Clippers, man, they did play 4 of their last 5 out on the road, so they do return home in this one after a long road trip. And I could see this just as a get-right spot for them, so that's why the lean is Clippers money line. This is also going to be the 4th straight road game for this Hawks team, man. They're struggling as well, as they've only won 1 of their last 5, and that came against Sacramento on the 4th. But to be honest, that was more of a terrible spot for Sacramento more than a good win for the Hawks, man. 2 struggling teams, last game of the night, man. The lean is just Clippers money line here in this one. And that's going to conclude today's NBA Jam session on January 8th, 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new, and drop your like down in the comments. If you're looking for my best bets, the ones that I'm placing tonight, and best bets from the top handicappers on the planet, check us out over at Pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab. And if you're looking for my $15 NBA Jam session play, my best bet in the NBA every night, man, you could click that link in the description. It'll take you right to my handicapper page, man. And on days like today on a Sunday, that's where you'll find all my bets, man, including NFL Sunday, college basketball, NBA, all that great stuff, man. I got different packages all over there. Check it out, Pick Dawgz Premium. Follow me on Twitter, Parlay Guy J. That's where I typically update y'all on late injury news, and if my mind changes on any of these games due to late information coming out of the association, man. Thank y'all for watching again, man. I know we went kind of quick today. Happens sometimes, but I loved tonight's card. Even as we started going through it, I started to love some of those games even more, man. So let's smash it per usual. Let's make some money tonight. It's been your guy, Jay Briggs, man. Talk to y'all on Twitter. Talk to y'all in the comments. See y'all tomorrow. I'm out.